When a BTS member doesn't appear for a long time, the world starts to wonder. When the one missing is Kim Taehyung, a figure known not only for his stunning visuals and charm, but also for his warmth and honest expressions, that question mark turns into a global concern. And now, as Taehyung's name suddenly vanishes from the public radar after completing military service, the atmosphere begins to heat up. ARMY, the most loyal and sensitive fandom to their idol's every move, is starting to voice their concern. Where is Taehyung? What's going on? What makes this situation even more dramatic is the lack of clear information from management. HYBE, the company behind BTS, has not released a single official statement regarding V's condition. No recent news, no photos, no stories. What remains is a long silence that torments the fans, but the silence didn't last forever. Jungkook, the youngest member known for his sincerity, finally appeared in a surprise live talk show that was not previously announced. He looked thinner, spoke in a tone far from cheerful, and when the name Taehyung was mentioned, his expression changed immediately. Unlike his usual self, Jungkook didn't smile. He bowed his head, took a deep breath, and said in a low but shaking voice, "Hyung needs some time. I hope people can understand that." That statement, though brief, sparked an explosion of speculation. Needs time? Time for what? Rest? Recovery? Or is there something deeper that cannot be said out loud? When asked whether Taehyung was okay, Jungkook didn't respond right away. He went silent. A few seconds that felt like forever. And when he finally spoke, his words shattered the hearts of many armies. We all love him, and we know he's fighting. No medical explanation. No detail clarification. But precisely because of that, the curiosity and anxiety deepened. Fans tried to find clues in every BTS member's move, every post, every voice behind the scenes. Korean media also began highlighting the issue. Some entertainment portals started questioning Taehyung's whereabouts. In recent weeks, there had been no public appearances from him. Some rumors suggested that Taehyung was seen at a hospital in an elite district of Seoul. But that report was quickly retracted without clear reason. What's really happening? As the world began to stir, the only official voice that emerged was Jungkook's. But his voice wasn't that of an idol trying to sell albums. It was the voice of a brother, a friend, and perhaps the only one who knows the deepest pain Taehyung is going through. I hope people can be patient. He's not a machine. He's human. He's trying to recover. I know he doesn't like making people worry, but I also know he's tired. That word, tired, became the core of every discussion. Since when has Taehyung been tired? And why didn't he show it before? Many believe that V has always hidden his emotions, appearing cheerful and calm to keep BTS strong in the eyes of the public. But now, after returning from a physically and mentally exhausting military service, that wall seems to be crumbling. Some armies express their concerns through social media, sending prayers, messages of support, even spreading hashtags like #WhereIsTaehyung, #StayStrongV, and #ProtectTaehyung. They know that the pressure of being a global superstar isn't something one can carry alone, especially when paired with the immense expectations from millions awaiting his return. But the concern doesn't just come from fans. Several entertainment industry analysts are also voicing concerns about the high standards of the K-pop world and the lack of recovery space for its artists. Taehyung, as one of the most recognizable figures globally, is clearly the target of endless expectations. And when his body and soul finally ask for a pause, the system seems unprepared to give space for that. Taehyung's absence also caused a lot of tension within the fanbase. Some are angry at HYBE for allegedly hiding the truth. Others regret how the media constantly pressures idols with relentless demands for exposure. And some even feel guilty for demanding too much without knowing what the artist was actually going through. But amid all the chaos, one thing is now clear. Taehyung needs time. And maybe, for the first time, the world needs to learn to give that time without demanding further explanations. Jungkook, in his honest confession, seems to be the bridge between the public and the truth that can't yet be fully revealed. He didn't mention illness. He didn't mention location. But through his tone, through his eyes, we know this is no trivial matter. This is a real struggle. And for Taehyung, this is a moment where he can no longer hide behind a smile. And the coming days, many await an official clarification from HYBE. Will they issue a statement? Will they confirm or deny the swirling rumors? Or will they let Jungkook remain the sole voice of hope for those asking? One thing is certain: ARMY will not stay silent. They will continue to seek answers, support, and show their love in every way possible. Because they know when one member is hurting, the entire BTS world hurts too. And now, the world is waiting. Waiting for news from Taehyung. Waiting for a miracle from Jungkook's sincerity. Waiting for the moment when all these questions finally find their answers. Until that moment arrives, one message continues to echo across digital spaces. We're here for you, Taehyung. After reading the previous news which stated that Taehyung was in a worrying health condition and that Jungkook had spoken out about it, it is now time to provide a complete clarification and a very important emphasis. The news is not based on facts and does not represent the official condition of Taehyung, BTS, or their agency, HYBE. That news is purely a fictional narrative created to build the emotional awareness of readers about the mental and physical health issues faced by K-pop idols. However, the information written, the quotes from Jungkook, and the speculations about Taehyung's condition are dramatized stories, never confirmed, occurred, or actually conveyed by the parties involved. To this day, there is no official statement from HYBE labels or BTS stating that Taehyung is sick, experiencing a decline in health after military service, or being treated in a hospital as described earlier. In fact, on the contrary, various trusted sources and BTS's official communication channels show that Taehyung is enjoying his post-military transition peacefully, with no signs pointing to any serious health issues. Furthermore, there's been no public interview given by Jungkook recently that mentions Taehyung's condition, as written in the previous story. The quotes mentioned in the article are completely fictional, written to evoke the imagination and empathy of readers, not as part of factual journalistic reporting. Why is this clarification important? Because the spread of speculative news, even with emotional intentions, still has the potential to cause widespread misunderstanding. In today's digital era, many readers tend to share emotional content without verifying its truth. If such articles are circulated without proper context or explanation, there is no doubt they could create anxiety among ARMY and the public in general. Taehyung is one of the most beloved public figures by fans all over the world. The emergence of false news about his health or personal life can disrupt his privacy and create unnecessary pressure, both for him and BTS as a whole. The same applies to Jungkook. Embedding dramatic quotes that seem to come from him without permission or verification can be considered a misuse of narrative and harmful to his reputation. Therefore, it is important to reaffirm, there is no valid evidence indicating that Taehyung is currently in trouble. There is no indication that he is being treated in a hospital. There is no acknowledgement from Jungkook or any official party that states otherwise. All the information in the previous article is an emotional fictional narrative written for literary purposes, not an official news report. So why are narratives like this created? There are many reasons why stories like this appear. First, to open the discussion about the importance of mental and physical health awareness among celebrities. Second, to show that idols are also human who can feel tired, fragile, and need time to rest, something often forgotten by the public due to the glitz of the entertainment world. Third, it is a form of empathetic exploration through a what-if scenario, commonly used in the creative and emotional writing world. However, it is important to distinguish between fictional content and factual information. And at this point, we as the writer firmly state, the news above is not true, not factual, and not intended to mislead. We invite all readers, especially ARMY and BTS fans, to remain calm, rational, and wise in responding to any information that appears on social media or alternative news portals. Always check official sources first. Don't get caught up in viral narratives without foundation that may harm the people we care about, including K-pop idols themselves, BTS, including Taehyung and Jungkook, are representations of hard work, dedication, and strong brotherhood. They have gone through so much in over a decade of their careers, and up to this day continue to show high professionalism, including in maintaining their privacy and taking care of their health properly. If at any time there is something important that needs to be conveyed about the members' conditions, then rest assured that the agency and BTS will communicate it honestly and openly to the public. Until that time comes, let them live their lives in peace, without pressure, without rumors, without misleading speculations. To conclude, here are several things that readers need to remember. The previous article is fictional and speculative. It does not reflect reality. There is no official information about Taehyung being in poor condition after military service. Jungkook has never issued any public statement regarding Taehyung's health condition as written. HYBE has not provided any clarification regarding this rumor because no real incident requires clarification. Spreading false information can have a negative impact on the mental health of those being reported. Let us nurture the entertainment world with more maturity, empathy, and responsibility. Respect our idols by spreading love, not fear. Spread facts, not assumptions. And if you want to create a narrative, make sure readers know that it is a story, not reality.